Hi, this is Jeremy Hoy again. I'm going to talk today about off-ice athletic development for improved on-ice performance. So obviously this is a hockey-specific presentation. This is an excerpt or a clip, a small portion of the presentation I did at the Pittsburgh Hockey Development Clinic here a few months ago. So I'm going to share this with you, and let's get this started. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I've been training hockey players in Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but from all over the country, Canada, international, for about 15 years now. And I do have an educational background in this and exercise science and sports performance. I've been mentored and have been fortunate to have learned from some of the best coaches in the industry over the last 15 years, and been able to take and kind of put things together and have some success with it, as you can see. Currently, at the time of this, the head strength coach for Robert Morris University men's Division One hockey team, as well as the women's hockey team. The head strength conditioning coach for Youngstown Phantoms USHL hockey team. I've been doing that for a while, and I also own and direct. I'm the performance director for Finish First Sports Performance. That is a sports training facility in Pittsburgh on Neville Island. And I have clients of all ages. They range from beginning to all the way up into the NHL. So I've been doing this, like I said, for 15 years, and I've worked with kids as young as 8 who are now playing professionally somewhere, whether it's in the States, overseas. And so I've kind of found out what worked to help these athletes develop over the years and into having a successful career. So in addition to playing other sports and working on the skills side of it, I was taking care of the physical needs as well as the mental needs to get these and prepare these boys and girls and as they become men and women into playing at the higher ranks and higher level. So what I'm giving you is more the developmental side and stuff that are presented for USA Hockey and some other clinics. To kind of for coaches and for the players and the parents to see, hey, these type of things should be incorporated into your workouts so you can develop as you age. Like I said, we're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is the Pittsburgh Sports and Fitness Academy. This is the building that houses Finish First Sports Performance. It's 6400 Grand Avenue in Pittsburgh. It's about a 4,000 square foot training center. So we have a gym facility, a training facility set up that's large enough to handle teams. We do a lot of team training, as well as inside the facility, we have a sports dietitian that comes in and does consulting. There's a synthetic ice area for shooting, stick handling, and goalie lessons. And that's, and then it's right here. This is the skating treadmill, high-speed skating treadmill with an instructor, a professional former pro hockey player instructing. And then this is the gym, and these are different site links that'll get you to the nutrition, the synthetic ice, and the skating treadmill if you want to check those out later. So what is my role? And there are a lot of different ways that people approach their job as a strength conditioning coach. And so what I've done is, I read a lot on military and wartime and different preparation strategies. And in the book Psychology for the Fighting Man, 1967, it declares the importance of the different preparation for the soldiers. It says that the goals of man management, or in other words, coaching, are to make men mentally and physically fit for battle, to keep men mentally and physically fit for battle, and to restore men mentally and physically after battle. So when I read that, I thought, man, it's kind of like what I do, or almost defines or describes a little more about what I do with my athletes. So I've taken it and said, hey, my job and how I see it is to make hockey players mentally and physically fit for competition, to keep hockey players mentally and physically fit for competition, and to restore hockey players mentally and physically after competition. So it runs the whole gamut. Year long, if they're doing other sports, we incorporate that in training for that as well. But it's to get them mentally and physically ready, keep them mentally and physically ready, and then restore them after the season is over or after each competition. So as a performance coach, we've got to know a lot of information, different training methods, basic rehabilitation. If it's something that's beyond our scope of what we're able to do, then we need to refer it out to a professional or a therapist at that point. So that's the role of the strength conditioning coach. And then these are the different areas or the keys for physical athletic development. And again, there are no specific order, but these are things you've got to see or you should have in your program at any given time, throughout the year, to help prepare and develop you as a hockey player, as an athlete, and then even as you get into the pros, this is the same type of stuff that needs to be in your workouts, regardless of what different training method you're using, all the science behind it. This is the stuff that needs to be in there. So there needs to be some aggressive flexibility training. So don't neglect that. That's very important. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of different types of flexibility training you can do. You got to have the kind that's specific to you and your needs. Again, this is very general, very generic presentation. But your coach, your strength coach, your father, whoever's doing your programming would know you better and need to take any one of these components and make them a lot more specific to your needs. Again, this is very general. This stuff needs to be in there. So mobility training, so flexibility, mobility training, postural kinetic chain alignment. So any kind of corrective exercise that will help correct your posture. You need to be moving efficiently. So if you've got a ton of imbalances, then we go back and refer back to other exercises that can help. If you have weaknesses, you need to correct specifically. What kind of prehabilitative stuff we'll get into later do you need to do to correct it? Again, is it a mobility thing, a flexibility thing? So there needs to be postural awareness and exercises or stretches or whatever it is to take care and get the kinetic chain alignment done properly. Stability, balance, and coordination. All three of those, right? They are different. Okay, so stability needs to be part of your workouts. Balance training and coordination training. You need to train for quickness and reaction time. You need to address speed, multi-directional. That's forward, backward, side to side, up, down. Deceleration, acceleration, all that needs to be done as far as your speed goes, and needs to be addressed not only on the ice, because hockey is unique in that area, but off the ice. Agility training. All right, agility, so the ability to decelerate, stop, and change direction as quickly as possible. All right, that needs to be addressed off the ice. To have a high transfer, to learn your center of mass, your body awareness, coordination to what you're doing on the ice. Okay, muscular strength. Obviously, you need to get stronger, and there are a lot of different types of strength. As general, muscular strength training needs to be done in there. Rehabilitation. This is just basically taking, and instead of waiting until something happens to rehabilitate, you're finding that maybe the most common injuries for a hockey player at your age or your team's age, and you address that in your program. Try to prevent these injuries. Recovery, regeneration. These are just things like soft tissue repair, recovery, massage, cold, hot showers. Like those kind of things. So it's being able to recover quickly or properly and efficiently to get back and play a game the next day, or work out again several hours later, get back on the ice for practice. A big part of recovery and regeneration is also nutrition. So nutrition is a huge component, which is a whole other presentation, but that kind of goes into recovery and regeneration as well. Power, so power training, you need to train your power in there. Very important, whether it's plyometrics, doing some kind of certain lifts, movements, medicine ball tosses. There's a million different ways to address it. But it needs to be in your workout. And then some type of vision training. It used to be thought that you couldn't train your vision, because you're thinking, well, what is vision training? There's static and dynamic. Static is stuff that is, if you went up and you did an eye chart test that tells you what your vision is, you can correct that with lenses, and you can correct it with different types of surgeries. Dynamic vision has different components that you can train to see how well you track the puck. Spatial awareness, anticipation. There's a lot of things you can do to train dynamic vision, and it needs to be included in your workout. So there's 12 different areas or things that need to be in your workouts, on a regular basis, in order for you to get the most out of your programs and develop properly. Okay, so that's it, and just remember to get social, stay current. You can message me if you have any questions. Best way to find me right now would be probably on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram, Coach Hoy, or I'm just Jeremy Hoy on Instagram, Facebook, or finishfirstsports.com.